You ready?
Yeah.
By now, you've heard the numbers.
How much money do you have in debt?
I have $100,000 in debt.
At the University of Denver, the average undergrad borrows $25,000 every year.
I am $35,000 in debt.
Across the country, years after leaving college, 40 million people owe a combined $1.7 trillion. But these days, when it comes to student debt, sticker shock isn't so shocking anymore. But think about this. If you're a BIPOC student, your trouble with student loans could very well start before you're even born.
For me, I come from a single-parent household, so my mom could never afford for school. I knew I had to pay for it on my own. So I did get the good grades, I got the straight A's and everything, and got the scholarships, but even that was not enough.
BIPOC households are behind from the start. They have 15 to 20% less in the bank than white families, and they only rake in half as much in income. So when it's time to go to college, students who come from these households are forced to rely more heavily on loans. They have to borrow more money to pay for the same education. And when they graduate, their wages are way lower.
And you never come out of it because that debt keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger, especially if you can't find a job that actually is able to pay you enough to pay the bills and the student loans.
On average, BIPOC graduates earn less than their white counterparts despite having the same qualifications.
Historically, student loans have really marginalized groups who are either first-generation college students, students of color, international students.
With lower wages, they're more likely to fall behind on their payments, more likely to default, and more likely to wind up in debt for life. And that's assuming they're able to finish school. Low-income, first-generation Coloradans are 4 times more likely to drop out of college than their wealthier counterparts because of hardships outside of the classroom, like food security and finances, leaving hundreds of thousands of Coloradans with all the debt and no degree to show for it.
If you really think about it, before we couldn't even go to the same schools as our white counterparts. To be in this space took a lot of work, and then also to get here takes money, resources, grants, things like that we didn't have before.
No matter how hard they study, no matter how hard they work, it all adds up. The student debt crisis is a social justice crisis. Everyone assumes the answer to not having student debt is not taking out loans. But for low income, first generation, and students of color, that's not really an option. Learn more about the true reasons behind student debt.